Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we have this 2022 Volkswagen Atlas Cross Sport Edition, and we're going to do the rear chrome delete installation for this vehicle. As you can see, this is how it looks before doing the installation on the rear chrome panels. It's just a regular chrome panel, and this is how it looks after the installation. So we use the gloss black material, that way it matches the color of the vehicle, and it also gives it a more sportier look. If you like the product, link for the product will be linked below. But with that being said, let's get started with the installation video. So before we start with the installation for the rear panels, we need to prep the panel. So to prep the panel, all you need is water and baby shampoo mixed together in a spray bottle. Once you have your solution, spray it onto a clean microfiber towel and just go all around the panel, making sure you remove all the contaminants. And once you're done, make sure that everything's completely dry. That way the adhesive on the film is able to tack down to each section of the panel and it doesn't lift over time. Because if there's still water on the panel and it's not completely dry, then the adhesive will not stick to the panel and it's just going to lift over time. So once the panel is ready for the installation, you could grab the film, and we're going to start with the middle piece. So when you grab your piece, you are going to notice the film is actually more bigger than the actual panel. And the only reason why we made it bigger was because when you're installing this piece, you have more room to work with. You could just remove the extra material. Since there is a gap, trim it there and trim it on the bottom. So with this one, what you want to do is align the letters to each section first before you proceed with the installation. So when you're aligning it, when you notice it's not going to do a full coverage on each section of the letter, you're still going to see some chrome on the sides, but that's perfectly fine, because if we did it to cover everything, then it's going to be a little difficult since it is a small area to work with. So it's just going to cover the outside and not the lettering on the inside. So it's going to look like this. And then once you place your film, you're going to work on each side. If you were worked on this side, you would just lift the film carefully and just adjust it to the panel, just like that. And then you would just do the same to the other side. And now we're going to focus on the middle section first. So we want to remove any fingers that may be in the middle here on each letter. So just make sure to tack it down and make sure to remove any air that's trapped behind the film as well. So go on each letter, remove any air or any fingers, and then you should be good. And then just work your way outward. And if you are having trouble tacking down, let's say wherever there's fingers, apply heat to remove them, but you shouldn't have too many fingers since it is a flat surface. It should just be easy to tack down with your squeegee. So as you tack down, go through each section, remove the air, tack it down, and then we'll apply heat once we're done, and then we'll trim off the extra material. And for this section here, you're only going to require a little bit of film to cover the underneath part of the chrome. So just make sure when you're tacking down, only cover what you need, and then the rest will be trimmed off. And then there is a small gap in between the panel underneath here. That's where you will insert your blade and just trim off the excess material. So just grab your heat gun, start applying heat on the entire panel, and then we'll trim off excess material afterwards. Okay, now trim off excess material, and then we move on to the next piece. comes to this piece for the side, just align it to the edge here. Make sure you're covering the chrome and just follow the design as you go. Tack it down here. Once you have a good amount of film tacked down, then we're slowly just placing the rest. And you might have a small finger here. Just apply heat and squeegee at an angle to remove it. That's pretty much it. So now that we placed it, just tack everything down. Make sure to remove the air, and that's pretty much it. Same steps as this one. Apply heat before we trim. Once you finish applying the heat, then we could trim off excess material. Grab your heat gun, start applying heat to secure the panel. And now trim off excess material. And now apply heat to secure it, and then you're done. So for the rear bezel, just make sure you align it on the top edge here first. And as long as you're covering the chrome on the top edge, you should be good. And then just follow the design of the panel using your finger. Just make sure if you do happen to have some fingers, lift the film and readjust it, because it will be a little difficult to remove them if they are sharp. So just take your time when you're placing this section here. So it should be like this. So just go section by section, bring it down. If you need to lift it to readjust it, you can. And then the excess material will trim off. So just grab your squeegee, start tagging down the film. And then on the curved area here, just apply heat to help release the tension on the film, and we're able to tag it down around the curve. So apply heat and just help it tag down. Okay, once we finish installing it, trim off excess material. So find the gap in between the plastic panel and the bezel, and then just trim off the excess material. And just take your time when you're doing this. Perfect. And also on top, if you have excess, and around this edge here. And just remove it slowly. And just do the same on this edge. Okay, now we move on to installing the last piece. So with this one, just focus on making sure everything is covered on this end. Place the film here, that way it doesn't touch the floor. And just align it to the edge, make sure everything's covered, and then just bring the film down. And if you happen to have fingers, just lift the film carefully and just carefully squeegee it back down. So you could use your finger or a squeegee to tack it down for now, just to help it tack down. And then we'll use our squeegee afterwards. And then just follow the design until you reach to the top here, and just like that. And now apply heat around the curved area to help remove these fingers and tagging it down. Apply heat on each section and use your finger to slowly tack it down. So grab your squeegee, tack it down to secure it, and then trim off excess material. So once you finish installing the whole set for the rear chrome delete, the last thing to do would be to pulse heat the entire panel. So all you need to do is add heat to all of the panels that we just installed. And the reason we're doing this is just to help activate the adhesive on the film. And also if there's still any film lifting on the edges or anywhere on the panel, we're going to help it tack down with our squeegee and our heat. And then once we're done pulse heating everything, we should be good. So just take your time when you're doing this. Make sure to go through all of the panel, and then you're done. Thank you for choosing Bogar Tech Design. As a small business, your support means everything to us. If you loved your product, please drop a review. If you have questions or issues, don't forget to message us via email. Once again, thank you so much for the support from our family to yours. So that concludes the installation video for the Chrome Delete installation for the rear for the 2022 Volkswagen Atlas Cross Sport Edition. We hope that this video helped you guys out with the installation. If it did, don't forget to drop a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe and turn on that notification bell. That way you're missing any of our upcoming installation videos. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one.